Primal Queen basically consists of dried and powdered beef organs compressed into capsules and sold at a hefty price. Beef organ meat, also known as bovine offal, includes parts like the liver, kidneys, heart, and more, which many consider unfit for regular consumption. On the market, these organ meats typically cost around $6 to $8 per pound, or $13 to $18 per kilogram, but around 75% of the weight of this organ meat is water, bringing the actual cost of the dried and powdered form of these organ meats to around $52 to $72 per kilogram. A pack of Primal Queen, priced at $60 for 60 capsules, contains 337.5 milligrams of powdered beef organ meats per capsule, amounting to roughly 20.25 grams per pack. This translates to nearly $3,000 per kilogram, significantly higher than getting raw organ meat from the market. Despite this massive price difference, the nutrients and benefits from both forms of organ meat remain the same. They're just dried and encapsulated in Primal Queen. So what exactly are the benefits of consuming these organ meats, including parts of the cow's uterus, ovaries, liver, kidneys, and heart? Organ meats do pack a punch when it comes to nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and proteins. Beef liver and kidney, for instance, boast higher levels of certain nutrients like vitamin A, B vitamins, iron, zinc, selenium, and copper compared to your average steak. However, there's a flip side. Liver and kidney are the body's toxin filters, which mean they can carry higher levels of toxic metabolites than other parts of the cow. For example, higher levels of heavy metals have been found in beef liver and kidneys, including higher lead and cadmium levels when compared to regular beef. However, the exact levels may vary depending on their environmental conditions, such as what's being fed to the cows, and the liver and kidneys sold in North America generally don't surpass safe limits. Beef heart and tongue are pretty much on par with steak in terms of nutrition, since they're all muscle tissue. In fact, ground beef sold in the US often includes ground up beef heart and tongue alongside regular beef. Intestines and stomach are lower in overall protein, but richer in collagen, which offers some unique nutritional perks. But because they're part of the cow's digestive system and can harbor bacteria and parasites from their food, they need to be thoroughly washed and cooked. Beef sweetbreads may sound sugary, but they're actually not sweet at all, nor do they have anything to do with bread. Instead, they're the thymus or pancreas of the cattle, organs linked to the immune system and digestion. Compared to regular beef, they have less protein but usually more fat. Beef brain is also higher in fat compared to regular beef due to the presence of phospholipids and choline, but it contains less overall protein. However, there's a significant concern associated with consuming beef brains: the risk of consuming brains infected with bovine spongiform encephalopathy, commonly known as mad cow disease. This disease can be transmitted through prions, unique proteins found deep within the brain tissue. Unlike bacteria or viruses, prions are not destroyed by high heat. So even if you thoroughly wash and cook the brains before eating it, you cannot guarantee safety if the brain is infected. Ingesting infected brain tissue can lead to a fatal neurodegenerative disorder in humans. Consequently, the sale and consumption of cow brains are generally not allowed in North America, and you probably won't find too many restaurants offering cow brains. As for the reproductive organs like testicles, uterus, and ovaries of the bovine, they're much less commonly consumed compared to their other organ meats. They offer no significant nutritional advantages over regular beef, and there's nothing particularly special about them. Despite being the organs responsible for producing bovine hormones, there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that consuming them, whether cooked or raw, can affect human hormone levels. So when it comes to choosing the most nutritious organ meats to include in your diet, if you like that stuff, beef liver or kidney are probably your top picks. They boast a slightly higher concentration of vitamins and minerals compared to regular beef, but the catch is they may also contain slightly elevated levels of heavy metals, which isn't ideal. Another option is beef stomach or intestines like tripe. These contain extra collagen, which can be beneficial. However, they require thorough cleaning and careful cooking. Other organ meats don't offer much beyond what you'd get from regular beef. Plus, they're often harder to find and may not be as palatable. The thing is, relying on organ meats as superfoods isn't as grand as it seems. Firstly, the nutritional differences between organ meats and regular beef aren't as extreme as you might think. Take vitamin B12 for example. Beef liver is packed with it, about 30 times more than regular beef, ounce for ounce. However, if you're only eating a 3-ounce serving of liver each day, that's just 68 extra micrograms of B12. Supplements, on the other hand, dish out anywhere from 250 to 2,500 micrograms per pill. Secondly, trying to take a supplement made of organ meats is just silly. To truly reap the nutritional benefits of organ meats, you'd need to consume a decent amount, maybe a serving or 2 per day, which translates to about 80 to 200 grams. Think of it this way, imagine the health benefits of blueberries with their fiber, anti-inflammatory compounds, and vitamins. But just having one blueberry daily isn't gonna do anything. Likewise, having just a sprinkle of nutrient-rich oatmeal won't do much for you. To really make a difference, you'd need to consume a meaningful portion, like a handful of blueberries or a cup of oatmeal regularly. The same principle applies here. Even though Primal Queen claims to offer valuable nutrients, the main problem is that 1 or 2 capsules of this stuff a day just does not provide enough nutrition to make a meaningful difference. To put into perspective, let's do some math. Each capsule of Primal Queen contains a dry weight equivalent to about 1.4 grams of fresh organ meat. So imagine you want to get the same nutritional benefits as a small 85-gram serving of fresh organ meat every day. You'd have to take all 60 capsules of Primal Queen every day. Yes, that's right. The entire $60 bag is nutritionally equivalent to a single 3-ounce serving of fresh organ meat. That's a very pricey way to get your daily dose of dried organ meat. Sure, some women claim they feel better on Primal Queen. Honestly, I think it's mostly the placebo effect. Still, it's true that beef organ meats are packed with a number of nutrients. My hunch is that these individuals might be fixing a nutrient deficiency by taking these pills. They may be low in some key vitamins. A, the B's like B12, B6, B5, and folic acid, iron, zinc, selenium, or even copper. B12 and iron deficiencies are pretty common in women. My advice? Talk to your doctor about taking individual supplements for those nutrients. It'll save you a bundle compared to taking Primal Queen. Or if you're brave enough, you could start eating beef liver or kidney. But let's not kid ourselves. They're nutritionally pretty much the same as beef if you're eating reasonable amounts each day. And if you start eating much more, they come with their own set of issues like heavy metal contamination and taste. Taking beef organ supplements is going to be no different, except maybe beefing up your expenses. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Young. Do you think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. Hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date and share this video with someone you know can use the info.